do what we do. It's war.
All right. We're going to give our praises to
Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Waha, Rakah, Kadash.
Double honor to the elders who teach and rule well. Shalom Wahab to the brothers who preach all over the globe this beautiful gospel. You know, and Shalom Wahab to the sisters and the brothers. The Akiam and the Akwafiam. All right, who keeps the 100 and are hopeful for salvation. All right, so today we will go through prophecy. Can you go to Revelation 12 and 10. Revelation 12 and 10, man. We will be in the spirit of prophecy. All right, and bring us some important information about what's going on right now, so our people can be well advised, But this is the council, This is the council, man. Our people need to be well advised and know through the spirit what's going on, so they can know how to walk in Babylon, man. But this is the jungle. This is the concrete jungle.
So before I read that, can I just read this? So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 3.
Yeah.
Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy,
that's right,
and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand.
Right, so the time is at hand, man. And that's the reason why we have to be in tune with prophecy. What is prophecy?
That's right.
Prophecy is like going to a seer in ancient time, and he's giving you what's happening in your life or in the nation's life, what's about to come. All right? So he has many layers. All right? You got the worldly prophecy, meaning the prophecy that has to do with worldly events.
That's right.
And you have prophecy that has to do with things that are happening among us.
That's right.
Do you get what I'm saying? So you see that spirit, she's talking in tongue, the same spirit that we had last Saturday.
There you go, that's a pagan spirit.
On our people, man.
That's right.
She thinks that she can frustrate, the spirit of prophecy by bringing that silly tongue. Now, if it was before, I would get on that, but I'm not doing that, but this is not a time for it. And that in itself is being spiritual.
That's right.
Being spiritual is being able to read spirit when you're out there and know when to, even a warrior, he chooses battle carefully, man. So once you're seasoned, you have to choose your battle carefully. That's one example. So the spirit was supposed to talk about something that the Most High wanted to speak. But imagine if I was a bee in my feelings, I will go after her, and before you know it, that's 13 minutes gone by.
That's right. That's right.
And then we're not talking about what we're supposed to talk.
That's right.
That's how the Most High teaches us, man.
It's a trap. It's a stumbling block.
All right, he just tested us, and then thank Yahweh, because we passed that test, man. All right, and we're gonna keep it spiritual.
That's right.
All right, so read that.
Right. So I'm gonna read it, but just before, I was gonna say something before the bug out passed us by. So what I was gonna say in regards to a seer, you can liken a seer to a sat-nav. So you want to go to Brixton or you want to go to London, a certain location in London. You go to the sat-nav, you put in the postcode, right? In other words, you go to a seer or a prophet, you tell him what the situation is or what your problem is, and then he's going to navigate or direct you to a solution, right? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai. Right, so now I'm going to read it. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 10. And it reads, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our God, Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, and the power of his Christ, Hamashiach Yahushai. For the accuser of our brethren, Salakia, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down. 12 and 10.
Yeah. Spirit of prophecy.
No, you said 12 and 10, right?
Where is it?
12 and 10.
Where does it say?
For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. It wasn't 12 and 10 you told me to do? Check that again.
That one is relevant as well, you know, but as an introduction, I want something.
Well, the whole thing is prophecy. The whole thing is
10 and 12.
could be 10 and 12. Yeah, it could be 10 and 12. About 10 and 12 now. There's no 10 and 12, it's 10
No,
and
the
11.
spirit of prophecy, man.
10 and 11.
What is it?
And he said unto me, thou must prophesy again before many people.
That is weak, man. Most of me, man. I don't like it.
But you prophesied it just now. That's what you said just now, isn't it?
We don't get it. Salakia Israel.
Salakia Israel.
That's what's going on. We have to fight through the spirit, man. There's a lot of things going on. I'm trying to say something in the
Well, the whole book of Revelation is touching on the spirit of prophecy anyway.
Oh, sorry, 19, man. 19 and 10, Salakia. 19 and 10, man.
Right, 19 and 10.
Yeah, bring it out, man.
So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 19 and verse 10.
Yeah.
And I fell at his feet to
Right.
worship him. And he said unto me, can I start at 9 to the context? So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 19, verse 9. And he saith unto me, Rise, blessed are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb. So we know who the Lamb is. The Lamb is Yahweh. And he saith unto me, These are the true sayings of God, Yahweh. So Yahweh is revealing things to John the Revelator, which was revealed to him through the power of Yahweh. And now we're at verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him, which is the reason why, when you read Revelation 1 and, is it 16, when he talks about how he looks? 1 and, is it 1 and 16?
What's that?
When it talks about how Yahweh looks. Right. So this is the reason why, when you read Revelation 1:13 going down, the description of Yahweh, it says his feet were like brass. The reason why it says that is because here he fell down at his feet to worship him. So this is explaining why he described his feet. And he said unto me, See thou, do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren, that have the testimony of Yahweh, worship God. For the testimony of Yahweh is the spirit of prophecy.
Right, so the testimony of Yahweh is the spirit of prophecy.
God.
All right, and something is happening right now in the body of, of Yahweh HaMashiach
God.
that, we have to address. And that's the reason why I wanted you to read that peculiar verse.
That's right.
All right, because, we have to be go to on second Esdras and 9. We have to measure the time.
Esdras.
Second Esdras. You have to measure the time, man. First. You have to measure the time because, and sometimes prophecy is not what our viewers, or I wouldn't say our viewers, what our brothers and sisters who are watching, the channel. That's not what they really like. But we can't be, addicted to a view, man. I don't care. I don't care about a view, man. I want you to be edified.
That's
because
right.
we are living in serious time, man.
That's right.
All right. And we can come out with them good topics that people like, but it's not about that, man. It's about the seriousness of being in this truth. And brothers and sisters are about what we'll be witnessing the seriousness very soon. All right. There's a brother that had a vision. Brother Yahweh died, Judah, of the main camp in New York.
That's right.
About how the military roll out there. Well, I had a dream about myself that I will share, all right, with the people so they can understand what's going on. the dream was so real that when I woke up, I was so happy that it was just a dream.
That's right.
I was disturbed, man, and that's how you know that we are coming in serious time. Now today, I want to give game to the brothers and sisters and understand that we're going to have to be like, you know how, drug dealers, you know how they're careful about, who they're selling it to. They're careful about who has the numbers. They're careful about their surrounding. Because when they wake up in the morning, they don't even know how the day will turn out to be. You can wake up in the morning as a shutter, and around 6 o'clock, you're in jail, man. Or a bullet in your head because the guy that was close to you, he was a traitor, he was a fed.
That's right.
All right, he was a fed, man.
That's right.
Or he was a hater. He was the enemy, basically.
Right. So just to give examples to what brother's saying, if you watch a movie, if you watch the series The Wire, if you watch the movie American Gangster, if you watch the movie New Jack City, right? All of those movies. There's another one again with Omar Epps, where Omar Epps was Deep Cover. If you watch a movie Deep Cover, all of these movies are illustrating what the brother's saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Anytime you feel like you have to bring something out.
Yeah, brother.
So that's what's going on right now, man. We will have people that are in the camp that will be giving information to the feds, man.
That's right.
We have people that are in the camp that are not really in the truth, but after they're in the truth, and what they're gonna do is at the end, when they get hit, they will opt out. And when they opt out, since their name is on the list, there will be now the Fed will bring the pressure on them.
Right. So let me just, before I lose the train of thought. So there was a brother. He's a brother because he's a Negro, but he's not really a brother. He worked undercover for the Nation of Islam, right? So he was instrumental in what happened to Malcolm X. He worked undercover with the Black Panthers. So you know that movie that you was talking about?
Yeah,
with
Black Messiah.
Right, with something Hampton. He got shot, right?
Yes.
He was the guy that set him up. He was instrumental in I'm trying to remember the other one, but it was like about 3 different black movements, and his name is Eugene Roberts, by the way. So I'm telling you his name, and if you go, if you do research, they call it the Freedom of Information on COINTELPRO, it will come up.
Right.
Yeah. So this is just letting you know that what brother's saying here is not a fantasy, it's not a fiction, it's what they do.
That's what they do, because what we do right now is, let me find out, man. We need to go deep into that, man.
That's right.
I believe it's Roman. Let me go to Roman quickly, yeah? And find something, and then I will explain it so you can understand. Let's go to Roman, yeah? Roman. Salaka Israel, man. I will find it. It talks about us being lost. Us being a spectacle. Right? So basically what it is, like what we're doing right now, this is the last bit of Negro Renaissance.
That's right.
Because you had like all those other groups like Black Panthers.
That's right.
You have even the Nation of Islam.
That's right. That's right.
This is part of the Negro Renaissance, but
That's
our
right.
Negro Renaissance is a spiritual one.
That's right.
It's the closest thing to what we were before, our captivity.
That's right.
Or even before we went away from the truth, like from us being Hebrew Israelite.
Can I just add?
Yeah.
So,
I'm looking for
so to add to what brother's saying now, if you read Nehemiah 8, you will realize what the brother is saying is so true spiritually and also historically. Because when you read Nehemiah 8, it shows how we used to preach, how we used to prophesy, how we used to read the scriptures, how we used to have somebody breaking down the scriptures and explaining it to the congregation. Exactly what you see we're doing is exactly what you're going to see in Nehemiah 8.
right, so, you know, that's what our people used to do, man, because we
Right.
a nation of priests.
That's right.
All right, we a nation of priests, so that's what our people used to do, man.
That's right.
But right now, our people are doing something about my point is this. Let me read that part now. You might have to go in there, man. It doesn't mean it's going now. Let me take it. Yeah. Okay, what is that? What is
This
that?
is
Read that one quickly before we go on.
this is the book of 2nd
So many
Ezra,
precepts.
chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou
Right.
the time diligently.
Right, diligently, meaning,
itself.
you know, you have to carry on measuring the time, man. Every time there's a new thing that comes among Israel, you have to be able, the word on time.
Come on. outside.
Hey, the word on time.
Yeah. Every word shall be
You
established
see?
by two or
Exactly.
more
So read that part
witnesses.
again, when he said diligently. Man.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure
Measure
the time
the time
diligently
diligently.
in itself.
Well, so the word on time. So we take on the L, that
Yeah.
is the word on time.
That's
so
right.
So we the news anchors.
That's
we the one
right.
that bring the news and tell our brother, listen, this is how you're supposed to do things. We the Most High rate us, you know, but just like we don't rate ourselves. That's why we will go and work for Esau as far as destroying our own people. That's when you don't know yourself, that's what you do. Look yourself in the mirror and say to yourself, yo, I'm a prophet, you know. I'm a servant of the Most High. The Most High want to use me for great things. And that way, you will have that self-belief that will make you strong and
That's
make
what
your
Amos
feet
2:11,
firm in his walk, man. All right, so we are diligent. And now go to 1 Corinthians 4 and 9. And let's read that. So I was saying that, you know, we are the last group of Negro Renaissance, but our one is the closest, or not even the closest. Our one is
the one.
all right, the one that will get us in the kingdom.
Right.
So you think they ain't gonna come for us? So you really think they ain't gonna come for us? That came from this Go and Tell Pro thing is real. And once we read that, I'm about to explain now the dream, and we will get into it. But we don't have all day.
So this is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 4 and verse 9.
Yeah.
For I think that God, Yahweh,
Yep.
have set forth us,
Right.
the apostles,
Right.
last.
Set up to now, it's double meaning. All right? Carry on and then I can explain it properly here.
As it were appointed
Right.
to death.
Right.
For we are made a spectacle
Right.
unto the world,
Right.
and to angels, and to men.
Right, so basically when he said last year, it means literally that one will mean that last meaning like we at the bottom.
Right,
People don't
yeah,
take it seriously.
yeah.
But you can take from that as well that we the last we the last
Apostles.
last apostle. We the last, and then we will be making a spectacle. The first definition will be mockery. All right, not taking it seriously.
That's
but
right.
a spectacle will be like
Something that's
known.
observed, yeah,
People
observed
that are known.
and known and spoken about.
All right, spoken
Right,
about.
yeah.
But we'll be the infamous one.
Infamous, yeah.
We'll be the infamous
Public
one.
enemies, yeah.
Instead of being famous, being like in a good book of the people. No, we'll be in a bad book. We'll be on the red
Yeah.
list
We'll be known, but for the wrong thing.
for the wrong thing because people won't like us.
Right.
Because what we do is that we are going again. When you read Jeremiah 28, what does it say? Let's go to Jeremiah 28.
All right. So before we do that, because there's something I want to say about this.
Say
too.
about it, let's
Right.
do Jeremiah.
So spectacles is an instrument that people use to help them to see better or to see further. So if we're a spectacle, it means that we're seen broadly, right?
In
Not
French,
narrowly.
In French, is spectacle. Spectacle is the concept.
And that's also where you get the word spectacular from.
Yeah, so
Right.
spectacle in French will mean and spectacle meaning like a show.
Exactly.
Alright, so we put on show for people to know, but we disturb them. When we come and what we talk about is not what the pastor are talking about.
That's right. And
Alright.
then further,
We're not politically correct, and that will be a problem for the institution.
It is
Alright,
a
and the
problem.
machine.
yeah. And further, I want to elaborate. It says unto the world. So the world has a double meaning in the scriptures. So the world means the world of Yasharallah, meaning the nation of Yasharallah. It also means the entire nations of people.
Right.
So what this is also saying is, we're going to be a spectacle to the world. Israel, Yashala, which in Salt and Heat, we're a spectacle to them because they look at us like we're in a joke thing. And also the world, and also to angels. The reason why it says angels is because where two or more are gathered in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, there is an angel recording everything.
Right.
So everything is being recorded. That's the book of life that's being written as we speak.
Right.
Unto men. Right, so I just wanted to break that out.
Right. So Jeremiah 28:8, the prophet that have been before me, right, and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries,
that's right,
and against great kingdom
that's
of
right,
war
that's
and
right,
of evil and of pestilence.
That's right.
So what are we talking about? We're talking about us being a Hebrew Israelite.
That's right.
So by you saying that you're an Hebrew Israelite, you're going against the lie. That the lies say that we are Negroes. The lies say that we are blacks. The lies say that we are African.
That's right.
All right. The lies say that
it says that we are Caribbean cannibals.
Right. So the lies start from. I mean, the lies say that we are. You know how history starts from
slavery.
From slavery. That's the lie. So when you say you're a Hebrew Israelite, you're coming against the system in place. All right. That's one. Second, through prophecy, you are showing who is the enemy.
That's right.
So, and Hebrew Israelites know that the people that enslaved him are his enemy, man.
That's right.
Because the education system making you forget about what's really happening, because now the enemy smiles with you. The enemy hugs you. The enemy gives you some kind of money.
The enemy gives you benefits of a sort.
All right.
But within the benefits that he's given you, right? Because what do they say about a gift? A gift destroys a heart. So that benefits that they're giving you is actually destroying you.
All right. So the gift that they're giving us is actually destroying us, man. All right. They had an example in Australia, which for the most part I know are people.
That's right.
All right. I think the Japhet, the
Japhites, the people of the islands.
People of Japhet, right?
Yeah. But there is some of us people.
Yeah, no, smart people over there.
But they're Japhites. In the main, they're Japhites.
But for the most part, they're
Japhites. Yeah.
So the Australian, when I went there, which are the English, when I went there, what they did, they started to give them food. They weren't used to eat that sort of food, but because they already corrupt some of the leaders that came with them in the villages, they trusted them.
That's right.
Before you know it, within 6 months, they started to fall sick. And a lot of people started to die off. Those were the gifts, but those gifts were poison.
The gift destroy the heart, yeah.
So they destroy the heart, man. Destroy the culture and everything. Now,
destroy your mind.
They put them in the ghetto, they kind of leave our curse in a way. Because all they do is like they give them some sort of allowance, but then in that level, you got drugs, you've got alcohol. So all they do is drink and taking drugs.
Yeah, well, when you observe them, you could be fooled into thinking that they're going through the curses, because a lot of the things that happen to us happen to them. Yeah. But the difference is, where they put on ships to another land by another people, and did they lose their language, lose their culture, lose their history? And I'll tell you, nay. Because they know who they are, they still have the language, they still have the writing. So that's the thing. So that's why the Deuteronomy 28 list of curses is important, and that's why they're rewriting them. In the new version, they're rewriting them.
So not to get too far away from what we're talking about, I wanted to explain the dream now.
Yeah, please.
So I'm on the bus with Brother Abadiah. For some reason, we never took the bus together, but that's dreams on the bus. You know, got double decker on the top, right at the front, sitting down. And there's a guy that's coming, sitting there in Lagos, in black guys, sitting there next to us. So I'm looking at him, and the way he looked at me, I could see through the spirit that the brother meant harmful.
Meant no good thing for us.
He meant no good. He had no good thing in his heart for me.
He had bad intention.
So from the spirit, I started to run away. So basically, I jumped up. So there was a brother that was sitting right there that was blocking the way. So I jumped up and I went down and I was screaming to the driver. I was telling him, open the door. But the bus was going fast, fast.
Yeah.
So what I did, I opened that thing. You know,
the emergency button.
I opened it, and through the spirit, I just knew how to, get off the bus while the bus is going. And I started to run, man.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. So I'm back on this like, yo, they're telling, like, the guy was like, yo, I lost him, I don't know. So where are you? So I was like in some place where they're hiding in that. But when I woke up, that's just one part of the dream. I'm not gonna go in, you know, I'm not gonna go deep into it. I just wanna go, you have to keep certain things. So, you know, I woke up, and when I woke up, I was happy that I woke up. I was happy that was a dream. It felt so real, man. But that's a vision. And a brother had that before as well. A brother from America, from the main camp, had that dream as well.
Brother Yahweh.
Brother Yahweh, I call him Judah.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what it means.
He shared it on his channel, and I was able, you know what I'm saying? I sent it to you.
Yeah, you did, yeah. I did. I was like two versions.
Rabbi Badar, I give it to you. I'm the one that told you.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what's happening.
Now, can I just say for clarification purposes, because, you know, you have to be careful, right? So we are apostles of the Most High. We're reading the scriptures and we're reading the Spirit. So through the Spirit, I just want to add, we are not advocating for anybody that's listening to jump out of a moving bus. We're not advocating that, right?
No, that was
No, I know, but I'm just putting it out there. We're not advocating that when a bus is moving, jump out. I've done it before when I was a youth, and the key is when you jump out, you hit the floor running. But we're not advocating that you do that. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Don't do that, man. That was a dream.
Yeah, it was a dream.
You know, and it meant something, but that was a dream, right? The main thing you should understand is that there was a guy, an undercover guy.
That's right.
That was sent to me.
That's right. That's right. But through the spirit of discernment, he read the Spirit and he took appropriate action.
Right. That's what you should take.
So that's what you take from that.
That's what you take from that. And the reason why we talk about it because this is the time now, man. Because I'll read you something that the brother Abadiah has posted on our group, man. Group chat. I'll read it. You understand that. You see, Esau is a very cunning artist.
Yep.
Don't play with Esau, man.
Yeah.
Some of you brothers are not up to
the
Esau.
wise men of Teman.
You know what I'm saying?
The wise men of Teman were very wise, very cunning.
So he's saying two things. So the first one is, you know, an article.
Right.
So he said that little part say more than a quarter, 27% of those surveyed think that the UK government should have a war or battle plan in place for a potential alien invasion, while nearly a third, 31% feel there should be dedicated task force for dealing with extraterrestrial threats. That's the first part. Because we're talking about the UFOs and we say that those are the chariot of the Most High. Those are the chariot of Yahweh, and we see them. All right? The brother, what's his name? The brother, what's his name? I forgot his name, man. From that channel, Hope of the Lamb.
Okay.
That brother saw a chariot, a fleet of chariot of 100. And I told him, I commented, I said, one day, I think 2 weeks ago or something like that, I couldn't sleep. I woke up from between 2 and 3 o'clock. And I was in my bed, and something told me go, outside. So as I'm looking, on the left side, I see a fleet of chariot going, man. I couldn't believe it. So I'm watching, but it was so now, I'm like, let me watch it. So I'm going I'm going to get my your
video recorder,
my phone to record it, but it was too late because there was by the time I did that, I saw the last two of them, and they was gone. It was a beautiful sight, but the chariot guys are around. Now, they know about it. All right, the people on high, the army know about it. They have footage, and it's real. There was a footage that was released by the Pentagon, and there was one that was floating, hovering, on top of the water. For some reason, he just splashed. He just went in the water, and after that, they went to check to see if there would be the remaining. They didn't say nothing. Maybe that was an accident of a plane that would go and take. You never know.
Exactly.
There was nothing, man. And they understand that these one, because it's not a government. People used to say that it's the government that created those things, but now they know that it's a threat, but they don't know where it comes from. They know it's in space though, but they know where it comes from, right? So now they're talking about they should create a task force for the extra. But we're talking about that. We're telling that we have hope that they will come to get us. So if they come to get us, I'm talking about the salvation. If the chariot, according to Matthew 24 and 31, says that they will come and get us, that means we part of the problem too. We part of the problem.
We are part of the problem.
So now the next one says this. The next one says 29% of those surveyed think that, you know, the UK government is keeping information yes, related to UFOs and alien secret, while the third 33% believe that aliens already living among us. Now when you read the Bible, who are the fallen angels? The fallen angels are the Hebrew Israelites.
That's right.
They are the God's sons.
That fell from their highest state or their first estate, which is where they were in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai and keeping the culture and keeping the commandments. And when they fell from that estate, they were lowered. They became mortal. They became a lesser being.
So they're releasing that information, but you have to read between the lines.
That's right.
That is talking about us, man.
That's
when you
right.
Say that one a third, 30%, 33%
yeah.
believe that aliens could already be living among us. So that's
right.
how they communicate. Because media communication is different from conversation.
Exactly.
It's a coded word for those who knows that know who those aliens are. So what is an alien? A foreigner.
You see, that's the spirit, because I was thinking of
Bring it
something.
up,
So listen to this. So the article states that aliens could be living amongst us, right? What people do not know, our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Right. What people do not know is that there are people living amongst us that have DNA within their genome that is not of human origin, right? They have Cro-Magnon, they have Neanderthal, they have Denisovan. I'm not making this up, right? So if you have people that are 100% Homo sapien sapien or 100% man, and then you have another set of people that are mankind with another DNA in them, that means that you have a man and you have an alien man living amongst them. So this is so true. This is so true.
But that aliens, that one what he's talking about the sons of God.
No, I know that, but I brought it out just to illustrate that even according to ESO science, you have aliens defined as a man that has a DNA that is not of human origin. So that is an alien.
Right. But this one, what we're talking about,
but this one here is
like an alien will be a foreigner and not desired. And us, we know from this earth.
No.
We are angels that are trapped in the human body, man. In human bodies. So when we used to be on the high estate, we were brought low. Alright, to have an experience on earth, but we were immortal until sin came in.
That's right.
So we're not like other nations.
That's right.
That's why the Bible talks about the sons of men and the sons of God.
That's right.
We are the sons of God, and the other nation are the sons of men. Alright? And that's what's going on right now. But yeah, we're coming back to what we're talking. So I explained it, and I was like, oh now, it means that right now they're not far from coming at us, man.
Can I bring that out?
What is it about?
About the sons of God. So this is the book of Genesis, chapter 6 and verse 4, start verse 4 or verse 3.
Start at one.
Yeah, for the full context. Yeah. So this is Genesis chapter 6, and I'm going to start at verse 1 if the paper would allow me to turn it. With the moisture in the air. Yeah. So this is the book of Genesis chapter 6 and verse 1. And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, exactly what I just said, that they were fair, and they took them wives, all which they chose. Verse 3. And the Lord Yahweh said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years. And this is it, verse 4. These were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came unto the daughters of men.
Right.
Let's leave it there.
Yeah, so daughters of men are who? The daughters of other nations.
That's
one
right.
of the reasons we became more because we mess with
We
other.
mingle the
That's
seeds.
not when Jacob he can go to other nation. That's because he's in gross darkness. He doesn't understand what he's doing,
right.
man. Right? So that's what's going on right now. But now, they're coming for us, man, because now they know what's up. Because in the beginning, you know, when we came out and talking, they were like, oh, that was a bunch of crazy guys.
We were spectacles
it's gonna
at
go
that
away.
time, yeah.
It's gonna go away. But now they're starting to see that everything that they read about is coming true. Because you got UFOs. They're even saw angels coming out of those UFOs, and they're black.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
They have the
Yes,
proof, man. This is
yes,
no joke.
yes.
But they same UFO are coming to save the peculiar people on earth, man. I have a book, all right? I wish I brought it, but I'll bring it next week in at camp, so we can talk about something, man. We were sister that another church sister that had a vision about people that were planks of the angel on earth. I'm talking about the Hebrew Israelite, man. They know who we are, man. And they have no trouble to come for us, because we are the mouthpiece of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, and we're telling them that they're coming down. They're going down. We're telling them that very soon they'll be destroyed. So they're coming for us. So now, go to Romans 8 and 6. Let's talk about that and then go into deep. All right, let's go to
Romans 8 and 6.
let's read certain. Hello, sister. How you doing? You okay? Do you know that you're a Hebrew Israelite? Have you ever heard of that? See, it's raining. And people ain't got time, man. Read
Here's
it.
the book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse 6. For to be carnally minded
For to be carnally minded
is death,
is death, right?
but to be spiritually
But
minded
to be spiritually minded
is life and peace.
is life and peace. So I'm calling our brothers to be very spiritual, man.
That's right.
Right? I'm calling our brothers to be very, go to Sirach 6 and 7. We have to be spiritual, man. Because when you're spiritual, you judge things well. When you're a spiritual brother, you judge things well. You become aware of your surroundings. The book talks about being so circumspect, man.
That's right.
In the street, they say, keep your enemy close.
Keep your friends close and their enemies closer.
They're closer, yeah.
That's right. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, otherwise known as Sirach, chapter 6 and verse 7.
Yeah?
If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first,
Right.
and be not hasty to credit him.
Right.
Verse 8. For some man is a friend for his own occasion, and will not abide in the day of thy trouble.
All right?
That's real.
So, read that again, my brother.
Yeah,
Read
man, I
that.
had to read this again. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, otherwise known as Sirach, chapter 6, verses 7 and 8. Verse 7. If thou would get a friend, prove him first.
Right. So you have to prove, brother. That's why when people come in the camp, you have to give them time and see the diligent and read that spirit.
You have to test the
Because,
spirit, yeah.
you know, obviously right now we got two brothers that are coming. I love their spirit, the brothers.
That's right.
You know, they got a lovely spirit.
That's
I believe
right.
through the spirit that they are part of us.
That's right.
You know, the Most High will be able to know if they will join us or not. Only them know the future.
That's right.
Only Him know the future. But we're gonna have to be more circumspect and
more
be
spiritual,
because you've got fake brothers that will come around and actually they are. Hey, if you don't think there's an agent among the camps here, among each camps, then you're delusional, man.
But that means that you're not operating through the spirit.
All right, because there are brothers that just were planting them, which is the power of the most plan of the Most High.
Yeah, because he's trying us as well. We're being tried.
Because he said in Isaiah 59 that he was going to raise the standard. So
That's
he said,
right.
Come on the flood. So
That's
he's the
right.
one that orchestrated that. But I'm just saying, like, when brother comes, you're gonna have to prove them, man.
That's right.
Before they join your camp.
That's
and
right.
Before they come around the congregation.
That's right.
Or in the congregation.
That's
You're
right.
gonna have to be able. People will come through You know, they will want your number, they will want to be friends with you, they will want to know the truth. But actually, the government plan that they want to know where you are. You know, there's women that will be sent to you. You know what I'm saying? If you're in the camp and a woman come out of nowhere, you don't know her, and she want to know the truth and whatever, that's a good thing. And then I used to be quick, you know, taking numbers. You know what I'm saying? So I can teach them. You know, but now I'm not taking no numbers just like that. You know, and even if I take your number, I'm gonna have to be very careful because I don't know who you are. I don't know you from nowhere, man. All right, there's women that come and they disappear. You don't even know where they are anymore. What does it mean to you? What does it mean when you came? All right, and after that now I can't see you no more. What does it? I mean, not even I can't see you. I can't even. For some reason, I don't even
think of them.
No, it's not even that. There's no news from them.
Exactly.
Where are they? Where did they come?
Where did they go to?
Why? No, it's not even that. Why did they come?
Why did they come in the first place?
Why did they come in the first place? And what did they come for?
What was their mission? What was their intention?
Who sent them?
That's the question. Now we're getting to the right question.
So to be honest with you, all we're gonna have to be, you know, we're going to have to, when it comes to women, we're going to have to mortify
our members. Yeah.
And we're going to have to let the big
and kill
head,
the old man.
The big head take over the little head.
That's right.
But the little head will get you in trouble
every single time. Every single time.
Brothers going to have to be circumspect and spiritual, man. And if they come for us, they come for us. There's nothing we can do about it. They're going to come for us. But let's help ourselves. You know, by being very selective.
I like that. Help ourselves. Yeah, that's
you got brothers that are not real brothers, and they act like they're brothers, but you'll be the one. You'll see them when they take you to that, you know, where the police station, or you'll see them, man, in the car. So most that will make you see them in the car, sitting in the car with them saying that, oh, it all makes sense now. There's some brother that would disappear near the time where it get real. Some brother would disappear for some so like they fell out of the truth. But no, it was organized. It was the time now they took the information, they know where we are, where we live, they got our numbers, they know deep now, it's time now to retreat. So now when they retreat now, the government they come in. I'm not even supposed to say that, but this is real, man. This is real, man. When I say my heart, you know, beat fast because hey, what it is. It is what it is, man. That's the reality. It's not all sweet in the truth, bro. No. It's not all we brothers and that, we this and that. No, there will be agents amongst us, man. You want to say something?
Yeah. No, I just wanted to complete the verse because I think this is something that needs to be understood by Israel. So I'm going to repeat it again. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6, verses 7 and 8. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. Verse 8. For some man is a friend for his own occasion, and will not abide in the day of thy trouble. Salakia.
Well, hey, that's part of what we're talking about, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's part of what we're talking about. Whatever they want to do, they can do it, man. Yeah. It's what it is. Now go to Galatians 2 and 4. You know? I wish we had time to talk about that. But, you know, we limit it by time. We will do what we can, man. But we have to bring this out, man. This is the time for us to be, you know, circumspect in this truth because a lot of things are going on, man.
So this is the book of Galatians, chapter 2 and verse 4. And it reads, and that beware of false brethren.
And that beware of what?
False brethren, unawares, brought in, who came in privately, which means privately, to spy out our liberty, which we have in Christ Jesus, Yahushua HaMashiach, that they might bring us into bondage, which is slavery or imprisonment.
Yeah, that's why you have to be, you know, when you see something that is not good in the camp, rebuke it. Don't get real, because sometimes, you know, it could be that, you know, the seed is being
implanted, the wheat and the tares.
For contention, for division, and that's why you got things that are breaking up. And agents, not just a government agent. Agent could be a demonic agent. People
That's right.
bad spirit in them where they come in the truth just to create contention and to break up, unity and brotherhood, man. But they've been sneaky, they're just sneaky brothers, man.
So let me just
They
add.
can't do nothing right. They got crooked ways.
So let me just add. The word agent, we all know the word agent, but we know it meaning somebody that working for the feds. But there's another word agent which is also a catalyst. So like leaven is an agent because what leaven does, it raises the wheat, right? That's what leaven does. There's other agents that you add to juices to make it sweet, or you could add an agent to make it bitter. So an agent is something that's added into the mix to create a particular reaction out of the ordinary, right? So it doesn't have to be somebody working for the Fed. It could be a spiritual agent sent to create disharmony or to create anarchy within a group of brothers.
Yeah. You gotta be careful, man.
That's right.
It could be some women as well, some women.
That's right.
And create contention.
That's right.
We've been playing among two brothers.
That's right.
Create contention, but we're too spiritual for that, man. Yeah, everyone can come and break. But my brother was my brother. It's only a piece of, I can't really go against my brother because of the woman. That would be, that's why when you're spiritual, you're able.
That would be fleshly.
Yes, to judge things and stay away and do your thing. Okay? So that's what's going on. We have to be careful with these brothers, man, and these sisters, man. And the only way, to keep them away from our life is to be real. When you're real, right, let's see the enemy, they're careful when they're doing it around you.
Because they will test you.
Yes, they will come and try to put something to see. I want to see how they're going to react. If you're lenient and you let
that's
what
right.
they do,
That's right.
before you know it, man, it's chaos, man. But you come with seed, but when they know that every time you rebuke the nonsense, they're careful what they do around you, because in order for you to bring order, you gotta be real, you gotta be austere.
You have to be austere.
You gotta be balanced.
That's right.
All right, balance in love, but when you speak time, you show them that, hey, listen, at the end of the day, I wish I didn't play. Why would I play?
That's right.
All right?
So the best example of what brother's bringing out is a good father. So a good father is a father that balances his love and affection with being stern and being corrective. And the reason for that is, if you spare the rod, you spoil a child. But at the same instance, if you overly use the rod, it becomes abuse, and you also spoil a child.
Yeah,
so you
it's
have
not
to
good.
be
You have to
balanced.
balance it, man.
Yeah?
You can't hit a child with your emotion.
No. Never ever do that.
If you're too upset, just leave it for
Just
now.
leave it. Just
Come
calm
back
down.
when you're calm. All right. Even when you hit him because you have to hit him. So you do it with mission,
Yeah.
with vision, because you know that by doing that you will take away the foolishness.
That's right.
If you do it because you're hurt or you're emotional, you do it because you hate. Like a woman would beat a son or a daughter because she hate the father. Vice versa.
That's right.
What kind of crap is that?
That's right. That's being emotional, and that's being fleshly.
Or you hate your brother, so you do things because you're a leader, or you can do that. You're doing things to crush him. The Most High will get you. Don't you know that the Most High is watching everything that we do? You're trying to be sneaky for what? You're being sneaky because you're silly if you think about it. Because the Most High see what you do, man. He will get you.
Trust me
Be
on that.
balanced.
Trust
Be
me on
balanced.
that.
Don't do things out of jealousy or the brother, I don't want the brother to have these women and that. You know what I'm saying? And judge well as well. If a brother comes to you, not because he's hating, sometimes it's love. But love is tough. He doesn't want you to make certain mistakes. So sometimes he see what you don't see, but it's about balance. That's why you have to have a discerning spirit to know when people come, when brother come with bullshit and when they're being real. But if you're emotional, you won't see that.
You're not going to see it now.
The brother could be taking you out of fire, but because you're you're too much in your feelings,
yeah.
You don't even see that you're going into fire.
Because the thing is, what emotion that, all right, let me explain this in, I hate to use the word scientific, but I'm just going to use the word. I'm going to explain it in a scientific way. When a person is angry, or when a person is upset, or even when a person is in a emotional love feeling, what it does, it shuts down the logical part of your brain, because your brain has different hemispheres and they work in conjunction. They do not work in conjunction. So when you're using one, the other one shuts down. So when you're in your feelings, it cuts out the spiritual or the logical side of your brain. And that's why you do not do things when you're in your emotions. You need to be very clear and calm, or you need to be spiritual, or you need to be logical when you make or when you act.
Yeah, and when you're in the camp, you have to analyze, you have to know brothers, man. It's not nothing wrong with studying brothers, man. All right?
You're supposed to. That's what we just read. You're supposed to test your brothers.
You have to know brothers, man.
Right.
And study them and know what's going on. Because we all have demons.
That's right. So, and that's where the saying comes from. It's better the devil you know.
Right.
Because you done study that devil and you prayed it and you say, all right, I know this devil. I can deal with this devil.
Right. And you have to be fair as well.
Yeah. Because none of us are perfect. We are all rehearsing.
But there's a difference between, a brother that has demon but that is sincere, and a demon. Because you got brothers that are demon, and that's the agent of darkness or even agent of the government.
Which is one and the same, by the way. As far as I'm concerned.
Because the Kyle, you heard about all of that. Look, imagine me coming in the camp, I'm offended, I'm hearing the condemnation, the destruction, that's the most out destruction, the judgment, and I'm not scared. That's what to change my mind, say, yo, man.
Because the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
Yeah, so I'll be like, yo, I'd rather follow the most. I don't care.
That's right.
I don't care if the very people that sent me kill me or whatever, but I'm not working for them. It should be a thing where that sent you, like the guy that tried to prove that Europe was actually inhabited by Esau, but actually find out that Europe was inhabited by Japheth.
Well, that's what happened.
It's the same thing. You come in, but actually you're touched by the truth, and you change.
Well, that's what happened to the Zondervan family. So the Zondervan family were atheists, and they actually were doing intensive research to disprove the scriptures, and then come to find out that they actually proved the scriptures, and the father bloody killed himself. Because he couldn't deal with it.
Exactly. It's like the woman that comes and she's agent, and she fall in love with you, and then she leave her. She came to destroy you, but she fell in love. That's how the truth supposed to, work on these fake, brothers. But some brothers, they were created like Judah Iscariot, man.
He was created to do a job. Yeah, he was created to do a job.
They're coming for a job, so it is what it is, man. But at the same time, we're supposed to know what's going on and know that it can't be like before where we used to let brother in anyhow and things like that. No, we're gonna have to study and know if the brother are actually
study to show thyself approved.
All right, about it, man. All right, so let's go now to Luke 20. Luke 20 and 19, man. Let's read the word of the Messiah. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Kalalal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Right.
Wahara.
Hopefully he will be a guide. He is a guide to us.
He is.
Hopefully he will increase the light, the discerning spirit.
That's right. That's right.
Able to see what's going
That's
on.
right. Because he said, "Ask and you shall receive."
Right.
So this is the book of Luke chapter 20 and verse 5, he said? And verse 9. 19 and verse 9. This is the book of Luke chapter 20 and verse 19. And the chief priests and the scribes the same hour sought to lay hands on him. And they feared the people, for they perceived that he had spoken this parable against them. Verse 20, and they watched him and sent forth spies, which is agents, which should feign themselves just men. So if you notice, feign themselves means pretend to be just men. So they're acting to be Hebrew Israelites. So let me read it again. So this is the book of Luke, chapter 20 and verse 20 and verse 19. And the chief priests and the scribes the same hour sought to lay hands on him, and they feared the people, for they perceived that he had spoken this parable against them. Verse 20. And they watched him and sent forth spies, agents, which should feign themselves, pretend to be just men, which is the Hebrew, which is the saints, by the way, that they might take hold of his words. Huh? How much? Yeah, how much? Oh yeah. Take hold of his words, that so they might deliver him unto the power and authority of the governor.
Exactly. So that's, you see, and that's what's going on, man. All right, and the same thing that happened to Yahushua will happen to us, man. Some of us. All right, they will come and spy us, have information to us. But the most I say, if they did that to me, they will do that. I mean, Yahushua say, if they did that to me, they will do that to you. We're in that time now, man. Don't listen. Your own wife might be against you. Your own children might be against you.
Yeah, that was prophesied too, by the way.
Your own sister, your own brother, your own, childhood friend.
Yeah.
It's getting to that time, man. Don't be careful how you walk now, man. All right, learn to say no. Learn to stay away from certain brothers. If you feel in your spirit, look, follow your spirit. Even me, if you come and you see me and you don't like the way I talk to my French, African French accent, or the way I am, I talk too much at time or whatever I am. Hey, follow your spirit, man.
Yeah, keep it moving.
Study me. You know what I'm saying? But don't just assume that because I have the garments on and I say that I'm the truth. Don't just assume that. The dark one.
Yeah.
Hemite, man. Obviously, the last one, it's Hemite. But the dark one, look at him, like, that's Hemite.
Yeah, you're right. You
get what I'm saying?
It's like a dull. They call it like a dull look.
That's how you know that, man.
Dull, yeah.
Yeah, it's the dry.
Dry and dull.
The spirit is not in them.
They're lacking salt, You eat a nice piece of meat, you say, but it's missing something.
Yeah.
You say, oh yeah, it needs some more salt and a little pepper.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
So
a bad
yes.
pizza, man. I like it.
So okay.
Luke
So you
20
have
and
to
20.
you have to study
To show thyself approved.
Study the people around you, man. The women that comes around you. That's why today I'm not even coming. When the women come, I'll tell them about something that, like the one that came on Saturday, I was looking at her and for something I was like, I want to go further and talk to her, but for some reason I was like, nah. So there's women that come around us like that. Boy, I'm not
Stumbling block.
I'm not doing that. Take
the leaflet and keep it moving.
If you're really about it, because a lot of my channel, a lot of the people that I speak to now, that I teach, they don't want to know something. They want to know something so bad that, or they want to know personally, because when you do video, not everything that you cover.
You can't, yeah.
So, like,
not enough time.
I want your email. We started communicating, and when I saw that was real, I said, okay, my number, get me on WhatsApp. And from there, some of them, we have a WhatsApp group where I build them up. And I know that they're sincere. So you can do that if you're sincere. You can hit the brother Abadiah or whoever.
That's right.
All right. If you want to speak, I want the brother, I want to speak to that brother or whatever. Listen.
And sometimes it's a spiritual thing too. So sometimes your spirit connects with certain people.
Exactly. A woman might come and connect.
That's
with
right.
Any Brother Abadiah or Yeshirala or you or me or Malaka.
That's right.
She can say that. See that brother?
Let me deal with that brother.
A woman can come. Most time will bring a woman exactly through the spirit to deal with you. That's not a big deal, but they have to be sincere. And now we have to raise up a discerning spirit for to be able to know what's going on, man. Because a lot of these women, they be faking the funk, man. All right, and a lot of brothers too be faking the funk. So that's what's going on right now. The spies among us. So the title of these videos should be the spies.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Yeah? The spies amongst us. Yeah.
Right. You got anything you want to say?
No. I'm just loving this.
Now go to
man. Loving it.
Yeah, go to Matthew 10.
Matthew 10.
10. Start at 12.
It blew my mind, man.
Huh?
I said that piece just blew my mind.
That precept is really
bad, man.
That precept is bad.
Bad.
Sometimes when you read the Bible, you're like, no. How did we miss the Bible?
It's bad.
How do we say that the Bible was written by a man, so it's not, therefore, How?
Because they don't read it, that's why. That's the only reason why.
It's too spiritual,
It's too
man.
spiritual. So we're in 10, yeah? 10 and...
Yeah,
10
let's
and,
go to 10, 12, 17.
right, so this is the book of Matthew.
The last meet, and then we'll bring a couple of things, and then I will close.
All right, then. So this is the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 12 to 16, you said? 12 to 17. Right. So this is the book of Matthew, chapter 12 to 17, and it reads, "And when you come into a house, salute it." Right? "And if the house be worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it be not worthy, let your peace return to
So the
you."
Most High is giving us the game how we should deal with people, man. It's not every bad brother that you see in the street. Look, sometimes you be preaching, and some brothers that come, they're agents of darkness, they're agents of confusion. They want to sway us from what we're talking about through the Spirit. Sometimes the Most High, makes you say certain things.
That's right.
But just when you're about to do it, a spirit will come out of nowhere and start asking some questions. It makes sense to talk about this question, but you have to know when. Sometimes you have to ignore that spirit, finish and say, yeah, what do you want? What do you want to know about? So we have to be spiritual, man. However, we will entertain all sorts of spirit, and that will slow us down and take us away from what we're supposed to do. So that's what the Bible says, be, Romans 8:6, be ye not carnal, but be spiritual.
Yeah. Because when you're carnal is a Latin word, it means flesh, right? It's the root of the word carnival, which means the way of flesh.
In French, it's chair.
Okay.
That's chair. And
Yeah.
when you're carnal, it's charnel.
Right. But in Spanish, it's carne means flesh or meat, right?
And that's why reincarnation.
It's got carne in it, exactly.
Re means to come back
into the flesh.
Come back into the flesh.
That's right.
So reincarnation is not like reincarnation is like regeneration. It's not like you go into any species.
No. Well, that explains the difference. Because reincarnation means you come back into the flesh, whereas regeneration means that your spirit is being placed into another body. Right? So it actually illustrates a subtle difference between regeneration and reincarnation.
But it's the same thing.
But it is the same thing.
Because you're coming back in the flesh.
But you're not coming back. But you're not coming back exactly as yourself, though.
Huh?
You're not coming back exactly as yourself. You're coming back through the spirit, through your bloodline. But you're not coming back. So how you was before, you didn't look exactly how you was. You might have been slimmer, but you came back through your family line.
Yeah, but because that one is just like
it's just a packet.
It's just avatar.
Right.
Alright, that's just an avatar. That's nothing.
Right.
Man. We can come into any.
But that's the point I'm making.
Yeah,
that's
there's
the point
brother
I'm making.
that came mixed race, but in the kingdom that will be dark.
Yeah, because we're going to be our true self. We're going to be our true self.
So that's the body is nothing, man.
Nah,
it's the spirit that matters.
That's what we're talking about.
So the spirit come back, and the spirit that come back in the carne, in the flesh, which is regeneration. That explains you come back, you die, come back, so on and so forth. Yeah, carry on.
Verse 13. "And if the house be worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it be not worthy, let your peace return to you."
Right.
Verse 14.
So we're not supposed to force brothers or sisters to bring the truth, man.
Nah.
But a lot of them will be in darkness, man. A lot of our brothers wouldn't know what we talk about.
And a little leaveneth the whole lump.
Alright, because right now the Most High is not, that's why when I come now, I don't shout and say, I can do that once in a blue moon, but I wanna edify those who are already watching us.
That's right.
And the elect anyway.
That's
when
right.
the elect pass by, this one will be like music to
The
his
voice
ears,
will sweeten them. Like what happened with the Romanian guy.
Yes. Now it might be a speckled girl.
Yeah, he might be.
Who knows?
Well, at least the word was music to his ears, though.
Because the word can never be music to Esau and other nations.
And what did they say? The word is a healing of the nation.
Look,
He said he had a heart pain and it healed him.
Exactly. This Hammer came here, he was there standing there listening to it, but it didn't make sense to me. There should be no heathen in the congregation.
That's right. That's right. That's
They
right.
didn't even try to understand
That's
it.
right.
They wouldn't understand it. The only reason they must have made Esau understand it because he's our enemy.
That's right.
You never know, you know.
Boy, I'm too much of them. I see jumping.
In fact, that could be a bond. You never know. You never
Through the
know.
spirit, you don't know, man.
You
But we're
never
dealing with
know.
agents.
Is that the same guy that
I
came
think
here?
it is. Oh, it's one of them. I don't know. They all look the same to me
Let's
anyway.
hope it's one of them.
They all look the same to
Let's
me.
hope it's another one.
Right.
You know?
This is how they're going to look in the kingdom. That's right.
Oh man.
That's right.
Oh, that's right.
Go on, Yashala. This is a future prophecy.
Hey, can you see it? Can you see that? That's future prophecy.
That's Esau in the kingdom,
That's Esau, man.
Yeah.
That's Esau in his right mind.
After we put him to work for 1,000 years,
Boy.
and we ground him down.
Working.
That's right.
Working, man.
We're gonna do the Rihanna on him. Work.
Yes. Carry on.
Verse 15, 14 or 15, 14, verse 14. And whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, when ye depart out of that house or city, shake off the dust of your feet.
All right. So if you know we in wherever we are, and they come to us and say to move, that's the bully tactics. Let's move.
Let's move.
Let's not try to say, yeah, we know our law.
No, we don't need to do that.
I'm not having no brother doing that around me. I want us to be spiritual, man.
That's right.
If you do that, we're going to have a council. And also, yeah, don't think that because, listen, we can have a council and we can tell you to stay behind the camera for a month.
That's right.
Even if it's me, if
That's
you stay
right.
out of the line. All right? Abu Dhabi can call me and check me.
That's
I do
right.
something that's wrong,
And me
man.
too.
All right, and we can argue about it, but I can't try and be a nigger, all right, about it, because that's the spiritual thing. We have to respect the brother and the sister that is here. Don't try. If you do that, that means you're not part of it. And believe you me, if you don't want to leave, the Most High will do something like you. The Most High will kick you out easily, man. So don't be a Negro around us. Be a son of the Hawaii around us. Please, Baba Kosha, man. We don't want no niggas around us. We want people that try to change and be in these things, man.
Well, by the way, if you're gonna be a nigger, be the was it Simeon and Barnabas? Be that kind of nigger, right? Which is a Hebrew Israelite who is part of the congregation and is full of the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Yeah.
Carry 15 now.
Verse 15. Verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah, which is basically where we are now, in the day of judgment, than for that city.
Right. So,
Wow.
look, when we hear what they're not, that's what you see. The reason why the Most High was telling us to come to talk on
You
you.
have to fear the Lord.
It's for a reason, you know. Talk on you for get it, man. Because a lot of these niggas, talk on you for a place
Well, they're
where,
gonna get it now because we're out here preaching.
yeah,
So
that's what I'm saying. You see,
they're
Talk on
gonna
You,
get
yeah.
it, bro.
Talk on you is a place that is very quiet, but it's very, very active, you know.
That's right.
That's why me over here, I don't deal with none of these women in Tottenham because they've been going out with them gangbangers, them wicked
So that
madmen.
means they got demons on them.
All
They
right,
got
and
spirits.
not only that, but you can get caught up because let's say you text the girl and that man see it. The next thing you know, he's trying to come to you now. What's up?
No.
Yeah. Next thing you know, all right, she's trying to come to you now. Or he's trying to come to you now. And, you know, set you up. You put the pressure on her to set you up.
Right, they call that the honey trap, by the way.
All right, the honey trap.
But not only that, what it is, according to the scripture, any woman that you lay with, a part of your spirit resides in her. So what it is, when a woman lays with too many people of the wrong kind of spirit, they have a lot of demonic energy going on with them. Right? So that's what the brother's trying to bring out here.
Right, so that's what's going on, right? That's what's going on. And then there's a lot of good stuff as well in Tottenham.
That's right. That's right. Job 30, man. Was it 30 and 8? Great braying in the bushes, man. Eating juniper roots.
There's a lot of witching in Tottenham. In Brixton too. You know, all these places where our people. That's why
Where the Jews dwell.
Yeah, the central was a lot in central London because that's where the demons are, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's carry it.
Verse 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves.
Right.
Be ye therefore wise as serpents
Right.
and harmless as doves.
You have to be wise as serpent, man. All right. You have to be wise as serpent and harmless
As doves, yeah.
This is the time to be spiritual, man.
That's right.
All right. This is the time for us to be spiritual. So let's go to.
Can I just read the preceding verse, please?
Yes.
Just the top of it. Verse 17. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils.
Oh, read that again.
Verse
How did
17.
I miss that, man?
Verse-
It's about 17 in it.
I don't know.
Yeah, I said 12 to 17.
Okay. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the council,
Yeah.
and they will scourge you in their synagogue, which is the chief house. So a synagogue doesn't just have to be a chief house of worship. It could be like the White House would be seen as the synagogue
Synagogue of Satan.
of well, exactly right. The White House and what's the other one? The Houses of Parliament, which in French, the Houses of Parliament would be parler means to speak.
Parlement.
And, yeah, but I'm just breaking it up. Parler means to speak, and mentir means lies. So,
Montier.
well, yeah, that's the correct pronunciation. Means lie. So it's the chief house of lies, in their own words.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, so let's go down to now. We're supposed to be prayerful, man.
That's right.
We
That's
have to pray
right.
and fast so the Most High can open our eyes.
That's right.
All right? The Most High can open our eyes, but you could be with a maybe you don't know, but one day you are sitting there somewhere eating, acting like he's your brother, man. You go somewhere and then you sit down, and then you sit tired, you go to sleep for like, sometimes like when you go like that.
Yeah, you did not
Few
up.
seconds, and
Yeah.
while you're doing that, the Most High will show you that you say maybe the guy like he's playing
Isn't that
with
what
snake.
happened to
playing-
Pete? Was it Peter when Cornelius was coming?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how the Most High.
Yeah.
He'll show you like
A quick
the
vision.
guy is playing with a snake, or he's playing with a cat, or he does something, or
Dodgy.
dodgy or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, oh, but if you don't pray and you're not in the spirit, you wouldn't know what it means.
And the next thing is, when you get these visions from the Most High, you have to act on it.
You are, man.
You have to, because a lot of people get it and they don't act on it, and they say, "Oh, the Most High showed me it." So
but
then why you didn't act on it?
Exactly. And that's faith as well.
Exactly right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly right.
All right. So let's go to Psalm 64. Let's pray. Let's go to Psalm 64, man.
Psalm
Let's pray that the Most High
64.
Yeah, Psalm 64, man. Psalm 64. For in French is Psalm. That's why I say Psalm.
Oh yeah. No, it's alright. You say what you say, man. Because I kind of catch.
Hey,
I catch you still. Yeah.
I speak how I speak.
I
The
catch
reason
you
why
still.
I say the Most High.
He doesn't
speak
make
French.
mistakes.
I speak French.
He doesn't
I was
make
supposed to be
mistakes.
out there preaching. So why am I preaching that? Because the Most High maybe, not even maybe, because people, because I wouldn't be out there. How many French people do you know doing this work in London?
That's a good question.
That's what I'm going to say,
Yeah,
man.
there's not a lot.
You know about them French niggas. Them French niggas are serious niggas.
You don't have to tell me. I know quite a lot of them.
They're serious. They're very hardened in the scene.
Oh yeah.
And they're dealing with reasons.
Yeah.
They think they know everything. 64.
Oh, it's 64. I'm just waiting for 64. Yeah.
Are you listening to something?
No, I'm not listening to it. Right. So read the whole thing, yeah?
Yeah, maybe 1 to 4.
1 to 4, right. So this is the book of Psalms, chapter 64, verses 1 to 4. And it reads, Hear my voice, O God, O Yahweh, in my prayer, preserve my life from fear of the enemy.
That's right. So when you pray, you have to pray that the Most High, guide you away from these enemies, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, tell the Most High to have mercy on you, man.
And to strengthen you from fear.
Yeah, because don't be afraid, man. Don't have no fear. But just pray that He protect you when
That's faith.
the time comes, protect you. Or if they're on the right, may He guide you to the left that
That's
day.
right.
So you
That's
don't
right.
meet them, for example.
That's right.
But that's why he will do a lot of that.
That's right.
Where today you want to go somewhere, for some reason, there's a big roadblock.
That's
And
right.
you decided to change, you say, okay, let me go over there. But actually, if you went that way, if you persevered in your wickedness, or your stubbornness,
Or disobedience.
or your lack of understanding,
That's right.
you will have met your enemy.
That's right.
But because you were like kind of following the spirit, that's why it's good to follow your spirit, man.
Be
You know,
spiritual.
there are the friends who was telling me, go with your spirit, Yara. Always go with your spirit. You see, I always mention Jamaican women. Very
Yeah,
spiritual.
they're very spiritual, yeah. They are.
She was like, go with your spirit.
Especially the women.
Yeah.
in Jamaica.
She
They're
was
very
like,
spiritual.
go with your spirit, man. If you don't feel someone, don't neglect it. And a lot of the time, when you don't, something is going on. So that's what we're gonna have to do. Just because the brother says the brother, I'm not trying to cause no contention. I love my brothers and that. I'm just saying that be spiritual.
We're actually commanded not to do that.
All right, be spiritual.
Verse,
That's what I'm saying.
verse 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked.
Oh yeah,
That's
the
Psalm
secret council,
83.
man. That's the Fed. That's
Yeah,
the government.
that's
Already they're saying that
right.
there should be a task force against these the aliens. Who are the aliens? Only
Us.
they know
Really?
how to define the aliens. But they ain't gonna tell you everything.
No, well, they defined it because in America, they
No.
call...
I'm just saying the alien as far as evil Israelite.
Well, that's what I'm saying too,
Okay.
because in America, when the Mexicans cross the border, you know what they call
Yeah,
them?
they call them
Illegal
aliens.
aliens.
Yeah, illegal.
So they have defined who the aliens are.
They know who you are.
That's
They'll go
us.
for the elect.
Yeah. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
Right, for the insurrection. But that's why the Bible says in Psalm 59 and 19 that they will come like a flood, man.
That's right.
Like madmen.
That's right. That's right.
Madmen.
That's right. That's right.
All right?
That's right.
That's what it means, man. So
That's
the Most
right.
High will hide us, man. We pray that He hide us.
Or
in the day.
cover us.
Because that dream I had was too, like, I could burn like.
Too
come on,
real.
man. Come on.
Verse 3. Who whet their tongue like a sword.
Oh, man.
Wow. And bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. Wow.
So slander against us.
Character assassination is what they call it.
Defamation, all
Yeah.
of those, that's what they do. Portray us as violent men. Portray us as, all of those things just to destroy us, man.
Because what this is saying, basically you can be killed, or your name or your fame or your renown could be killed with words as well as physically. But the end result is you're done.
Exactly.
Verse 4. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect.
Right, so that's what they're
So
doing
we already
now.
know who the perfect
They have
are.
like secret council and they're working on how they're going to get to us. How they're going to get us, man. So brothers should be, and what they're going to do, they're going to recruit a lot of our brothers come against us, man. They did that already. Go and tell pro.
They've been doing
Go
it.
and read it. Go and read it.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't just read the headline. Go deep into it.
Read
Study
all
it.
the files.
Study it.
Because you'll be amazed.
Study it. Man.
Because it actually started, you know where it started? It actually started with Marcus Garvey. And who they used to infiltrate Marcus Garvey was his own people.
I have something in my mind, man.
Right? So that's that because that gay Edgar Hoover was around in them times, believe it or not.
Through the spirit, yeah. You know why some group don't say Yahweh? Because they've already been infiltrated.
Exactly. And the 501c3 is a part of it.
The brothers that are classified in
Islamic and all kind of weird things.
that says everything, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
But yeah, so-
or a Christian organization.
Yeah, let me read that last one. Yeah? Psalm 17 and 13. Arise, O Yahweh,
Right.
disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked.
That's right.
Which is that sword.
That's
All
right.
right, read Psalm 10 quickly.
Psalms 10.
Psalm 10, yeah, Psalm 10. Yeah, so the sword is, obviously, Moses is bringing Esau to judge for judgment because he's using Esau for the judgment of his people.
Psalm 10 and 1, brother.
Alright, 10 and 1, bro.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 10 and verse 1. Why standest thou afar off, O Lord Yahweh? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble?
Right.
Verse 2. The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined.
Right, so the Most High will found them, man, and then come for us. The very thing that they used to trap us, they will be trapped themselves, because judgment is coming for these people.
That's right.
So with that is, like they say, above, babal, man.
Abba.
Destruction to Babylon.
That's right.
Alright, so that was it to play, man. That was like a warning to the brother. That's the time we're living in.
That's
a lot
right.
of things will happen. So be ye circumspect. And if the spirit, you're supposed to go through that, the Most High will give you the spirit to withstand it. But this is time to pray, man. Not to be fearful, but to pray, and so we can be more spiritual and understand things around us and be circumspect. With that, we'll close out and say and give honor to Yahweh,
Ba'asham, Yahushai, Waha, Waka, Kadash.
Kwam Yeshua.
Kwam Yashal.
That's right. That's right.
That's right.
That's right. Whew. You feeling good now?